If you are a mother, you cannot escape the judgment and guilt thrown at you. No matter what stage of motherhood you are in, there will be someone, actually more than someone, always making you feel like you're not doing enough or you're not a good enough mother. Now you need to learn how to ignore such people and focus on yourself. Being being a mother is tiring, but it's also very rewarding. So I'm just sharing personally some tips that have helped me be a better mother and made my life easier. Let's get started. Number one, hand washing a lot. And not just your own hands, your kids' hands all the time. Um, Even your baby needs to have their hands washed once they start crawling, and even before that, because they're putting their hands in their mouth. Their saliva is getting on their hand, it's touching other surfaces. Just hand wash a lot. It will keep, hopefully, getting sick at a minimal because you're washing your hands. Dirty hands are one of the reasons why so many kids and adults fall sick. And I'm actually surprised to learn that a lot of adults are not good at washing their hands. Always wash your hands every time after you change diaper, you touch your kids, you come from outside, and make sure your toddlers and babies are also washing hand. Teach your toddlers hand washing and help them go into the bathroom stand and wash their hands. With the little babies who are still on the floor crawling, you would want to like take them to the bathroom and wash their hands. They cannot do it on their own, even with your assistance. Hand washing multiple times a day will keep the doctors away to a certain extent. Second one, do not wear your outside shoes inside the house. Now, you can definitely keep separate indoor shoes because to minimize the chance of injury inside the house, but do not bring outside filth into your house. If you're walking outside, you're stepping on all kinds of filth, including dog poop, so much bacteria, so many kinds of disgusting things. And when you wear those same shoes inside your house, you are bringing all of that bacteria into your house, onto your floor, and your kids are going to get exposed to those germs. When your kids are small, they will 100% be rolling on the floor. And if you have a crawler, they will be touching and putting their hands, face, tongue on the floor. So you need to keep the floor carpets as clean as possible, and bringing in outside shoes just make that difficult, impossible. So please do not wear outside shoes inside the house. Have separate shoes for inside that are only for indoors. And this way you limit the exposure to germs for your kids. And hopefully that also keeps the doctor away to an extent. Third, you want to limit the glass usage. So it could be like drinking cups, candles with like, that are in the glass cases or glass cups. Because one little knock on the table or one little slip of cup, and the glass item is going to go down shattering into 1,000 pieces, and it only takes like 2 seconds for your toddler or your kid to come near that and get injured. If you do have glass pots or like glass dishes, use them in your kitchen. If your kitchen is barricaded, it has a baby gate on, kids cannot access the kitchen. But I remember someone once telling me, hey, let your kids drink in glass cups. That will teach them better regulation, self control, and if it breaks, they will learn the consequences of their actions. And that was so incorrect because the child is going to get hurt. So, no. I am against plastic a lot, just using different materials or baby safe materials other than glass. Same for candles. Now, you can keep candles in glass jars up higher, but do you want to risk it still? I don't know. There are sometimes candles available in like metal containers. If you're big on candles, go for it. And you don't have to agree with it. Granted, plastic is more dirty and glass is cleaner, easier to clean. It just has less bacteria compared to plastic, but you kind of have to decide. a serious injury that would result in bleeding versus exposure to microplastics. Choices are not easy for moms these days, but I would choose the plastic over glass. Number four, it's okay to buy a lot of toys for your kids. You just don't have to buy them new. You don't have to go bankrupt buying them. You can always get secondhand or used toys as pass downs or from thrift stores or marketplace. You don't have to buy new. The thing is, children want to be engaged or, involved in activities, and having a lot of toys in different parts of the house helps with that. You still have to be involved somehow or be near them. But if you have to do something as simple as typing an email, recording a video, your children might not let you do it. If you have extra toys right in front of you, they will be playing with it while you are also near them, and you can do your little tasks with less disturbance or with less interruption. So it's okay to have a lot of toys. Now, I say this because a lot of parents get shamed for buying a lot of toys, and it's like, oh no, you're spoiling your child. So I don't think it spoils the child. I think it's just you have a lot of things to make your children actively engaged in playing. Five, do not be ashamed of stretching out in public. Now, I'm not asking you to exercise in places where your children are, but let's say I take my kids to the library a lot. And when it's not crowded, I actually stretch out. It means I do stretching. Now, I'm not doing a full session of yoga or Pilates, just a little bit of stretching because it's very important for us to be stretching if there's no one around. And I'm still watching my kid. My kids are in front of me, so it's not like they're out of my sight. And it's a library. It's not like someone's gonna just run off with them quickly or they're gonna fall off a slide. I would not do that in a park if they're on the swings or the slide because they can easily, even a second my face is turned away, they can get hurt. Library, in the grocery store aisle, if your kids are in the cart, you can do like fourfold or just some, I don't know what these things are called, just some arm stretching and all here and there. It should be okay. Number six, don't be worried about the perfection in your children's clothing. Oftentimes, my kids don't have matching socks, and I just don't care. It's okay, unless I'm going to a wedding or a really fancy event. I don't care. I don't care if their clothes are not in the correct color combo. As long as the clothes are weather appropriate and they're comfortable in it, that's all that matters. Um, Once my daughter was insistent on wearing her trouser, and she wore them inside out. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. We're just going to the library. I don't have to make it perfect. She's gonna throw a tantrum, and I don't want to deal with it. Let's just go. Um, Same thing with socks and all. Now, if clothes, you do have to launder their clothes and clean them. That's like basic hygiene. So that's a different thing. But if the shirt or dress is a little old, looks faded, and they want to wear it, let them wear it. You don't have to dress them nice for the park or little outdoor activities. As long as they're dressed clean and comfortable and weather appropriate, it's all good. So, number seven, do not waste time making meals from scratch because that's just extra work, extra cleaning, and you're already short on time as a mother of young kids. Yes, cook at home, but be mindful that cooking can be very, very expensive. So if you're like me who never bothered doing meal prep, being smart with cooking ever, this is the time to learn once you become a mom. There are times when you will cook food and your kids will just not want to eat it. So you will have to rely on certain store-bought snacks. Um, I definitely have been successful in avoiding soda and candy for my kids. I don't know how long I would be successful. It's not a failure of motherhood if your kids get hooked onto that because these things are just so widely available everywhere. Everyone you meet is giving candy or soda to your kids, and I mean family members, that it is difficult to avoid it completely. But you also don't have to cook everything from scratch because it can get very tiring. And you don't have to cook everything fresh. If you can, you have the help, then go for it. But if not, do some meal prepping. Use frozen vegetables or cut vegetables, freeze them for the week. I usually cut onions for the week and then use them in my cooking because chopping onions can really slow me down. It burns my eyes. I don't want to do it every day. You want to make sure you have protein in your diet. So if you're bringing meat, I try to bring meat that is easy to like cut open from the packet and then use it in cooking to reduce my labor in the kitchen. And then I also make a lot of purees and freeze them and then make curries with them when needed. I do have like videos about, you know, saving money in the kitchen, and a lot of it is also basically being more efficient in the kitchen. It's not just about saving money. Again, should not feel like a failure if you're not able to cook everything from scratch. It's completely okay as long as you're giving your child good nutrition. It's this was like number 8, and you don't have to agree with me, but sorry, the phone fell down. But having a Costco membership has helped because I buy my kids diapers and wipes from there. The petrol is cheaper if you get it from there. A lot of snacks are cheaper, especially when your kids are growing and they always want snacks. So things like that just help us save money. The membership fees can be divided between 2 families because their basic membership is like $70-$80. I think $70, and like you can have 2 members on it, so you can divide it between 2 families. So that way you don't have to spend that extra money on the membership, but then you also are like one person in your household is a member, and then you get to access all the nice shopping options in Costco. So yes, this video is not sponsored by Costco, but I just love Costco. They're just a good business. They always care about their employees and their customers. So I would recommend getting their membership. Number 9. This is going to be the most difficult one, but as mothers, we need to reduce our screen time because I gave up on TV after having my first child because, she could see the screen. I didn't want that. But then I realized I was using my cell phone way more than I was ever doing before. And eventually, as she started getting older, she started seeing me on the screen. She started looking into the screen with me, especially if, I was trying to put her to sleep and she would go to sleep on me. I couldn't move. I would just go on my phone and look at random videos. And eventually, she noticed that since I'm on my phone, she needs to be on a phone too. And sometimes the kids are kind of, kids are imitating whatever you're doing. So that makes it really, it turns into a bad habit for the child because then they want screens. Secondly, sometimes in like reels online, the language used is foul and the kids can pick up the words. They can pick up F words, they can pick up other words. Apart from this fact, even if they're not looking in the screen, they can still hear things. So they can get exposed to bad language. And you do not want your kids saying the F word or the B word. Not to mention, when your kids are little and you're holding the phone, it can actually fall on the head of your child or some body part, and it can hurt them. Phones are heavy. Um, if you're holding your child and it falls at a height, it will hurt your child. So probably avoid screens or just limit some time. I know it's a very hard thing. It's something I have not been able to do successfully myself, but it's something I'm doing. I'm practicing less screen time for myself. I know it's hard, but we gotta try this one. It's just overall a bad habit. We are all addicted to our screens, and that's not good for us, and that's not good for the kids. Number 10 is the last one, and that is just, to manage your house and babies efficiently, declutter regularly. Again, this sounds like a very like blah kind of advice, but it's not. Just because as your kids are getting older, you will be buying new things for them all the time, or buying or just getting new things for them, clothes, shoes, toys. So you don't want extra clutter in the house because you just need more space in the house to accommodate the needs of your growing children, which means you have to create space in your house. So keep decluttering. I have made a lot of videos on decluttering from my house. I have a whole playlist. If you can, please go look at it. But just know there are many ways to declutter responsibly, pass on to other moms, sell things, and as a last resort, throw things if you need to, but do not let clutter get to you. That was it for this video. Thank you for watching. Please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel. I'll probably be putting up some more mom stuff, mom math, mom budgeting. And in the meantime, take care. Bye bye.